Nou, nu gaan we toch echt starten. Iedereen van harte welkom bij deze astrologielezing die toegespitst zal zijn op 2012. Het is eigenlijk eentje uit een serie. Een andere hebben jullie volgens mij allemaal op de stoel gevonden met het mooie dollarteken. Dat zal een van de volgende lezingen worden. Die gaat over geld. Mijn naam is in ieder geval Jan Lauris. Ik ben een van de studenten van het center in Nederland. Een van de 100 ongeveer, 110. En eigenlijk, wat nog mooier is om te zeggen, een van de ruim 1 miljoen die we in de hele wereld hebben. Verdeeld over meer dan 50 centers inmiddels. Dan wil ik eigenlijk een vraagje stellen. Wie is er voor het eerst vandaag? Nou, dat zijn er toch wel een heleboel. Dan kan ik jullie verzekeren dat je heel veel vragen zult hebben in je hoofd en misschien ook wel die je hardop zult stellen, maar niet op alles antwoord zult krijgen. Je hebt bij de inschrijving gezien dat we ook Kabbalah cursussen geven. Dus als je op al je vragen antwoord wil, dan zou je altijd nog kunnen overwegen om daarvoor in te schrijven. Maar heel veel vragen zul je wel weer beantwoord krijgen. Er zijn ook een heleboel vrijwilligers te herkennen aan deze mooie badge. Dus als je vragen hebt, kun je die ook aanschieten. En mochten zij het antwoord niet weten, dan vinden ze vast wel iemand die het wel weet. Een klein verzoek van huishoudelijke aard, om maximaal te genieten van wat er te komen staat, is om de telefoons in ieder geval op zacht te zetten of uit. Een heleboel mensen beginnen nu te graaien. Allemaal uit? Nou, dat is mooi. Ik wil nog iets heel kleins vertellen over het Kabbalah Center zelf. Het is in 1922 opgericht en, door Rav Aslak. En het was eigenlijk maar één doel. Dat is om de kennis van Kabbalah te delen met de hele wereld. En het doet mij deugd om in ieder geval zoveel mensen te zien die vandaag interesse hebben in dit onderwerp. Dus ik ga jullie in ieder geval vast een hele fijne middag wensen. En er rest mij niks anders dan nu te introduceren degene die de lezing gaat geven. Dat is Ruth Nachmias. It will be in English the rest of the afternoon. So,
yes,
Ruth,
hopefully.
The floor is yours.
Thank you.
Is that okay?
Yeah. It's okay. I think, can everybody hear me? Yes? I speak too loud, so it's okay. Don't need the...
You don't need it?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Kabbalistic Astrology Seminar. It's my first time in Holland, and I see very, very friendly faces and very nice people, so I'm very happy for that, and to be here at all. So today we will talk, as you expected, about the astrology 2012. But before going deep in that subject, I will go, a little bit origin of Kabbalistic astrology, just to give you a frame of what we're talking about, and also Kabbalistic astrology in the previous year, because all what's happening now is the consequences of those previous years. We have like the last 3 years from 2009 until 2012, which will be in a few months. We have a long process of planets, of signs that went through all this, way and interpretation to understand really and to bring us to what we will experience in 2012. So first of all, we have to understand what happened before in order to understand what will happen in 2012. We have to be prepared. At least everyone understand English here, it's not a problem? Does someone need translation? Maybe you can help each other? Yes? It's okay? Okay, great. Okay, so we will start first of all with the origin of Kabbalistic astrology and astrology at all, in general. Astrology is a very, very, very old science, very old knowledge. It's starting with the creation of the world. It's not from now, it's not a new technology, it's not someone that discovered that just like that. Astrology and Kabbalah were created together. Abraham, the patriarch, if we go back in the Bible in that time, Abraham, the patriarch, was the first astrologer in the world. It says in the Bible that God said to Abraham, go and count the stars. Go see the stars. And Abraham saw in the stars what will be his future. He saw in the stars that Sarah, his wife, will have a child. So all this, it's coming, of course, from astrology, from Kabbalistic astrology, from spiritual astrology. Astrology is a very old wisdom that kings and the princess and queens and anyone in a big position and in those empires in that time used that knowledge. People in that time, leaders in that time, 400, 500, 600 years ago, even before, were not moving without their astrologer. Even the people now in the world now, leaders in the world, which sometimes I'm in contact with, and I know about other astrologers that I'm in contact with, they are not doing decision without seeing in the chart, without applying those tools in the chart. Now, I don't want to confuse you because I want you to be very clear in that specific point. Kabbalistic astrology and astrology in general, because we're using the same patterns, we're using the same planets, it's all coming from the same base. It's giving us the tools, giving us the way, giving us sometimes solution, giving us sometimes the way how to go through the problem. But it doesn't control us. I don't want you to fall into that trap. Astrology doesn't control us. And it says in the Bible, and Mazal Israel, meaning what? That we as spiritual people, we cannot be controlled by astrology. Astrology gives us a few opportunities, give us a few solutions. We have a few movies to choose. And astrology is telling us what's the best movie to choose. But they don't control us. We still have the free choice. The planet give us the power, give us the energy, give us the direction, but doesn't control us. We still have the free choice. That's what Kabbalah is above everything. That's what Kabbalistic tools are above everything that we can have in our life. Why? Because they give us the free choice. We are still in control of our destiny and of our life. If we see in the chart, God forbid that something bad can happen to someone, we can change it. We can. We have the power to change it. How? By Kabbalah, by spiritual tools. So as much and as good and as big astrologer can see in the chart, and we can see amazing things in the chart, we still have the free choice to change what we see and to make it even better, because we are above that. So first with that point, and the sign also of astrology in the Bible, throughout the Bible we have a lot of signs. We have the 12 tribes, right? We heard about the 12 tribes, right? In the Bible. 12 tribes, 12 signs. You think it's a coincidence? No. There is each tribe connect to one sign. And they were created according to the sign. So it's made it in purpose. It's not just by coincidence. And for those of you who learn Kabbalah, we know there is no coincidence in life. Nothing happened by coincidence. There is always a reason for what. For why and how and what and who. Always. Each tribe controls a sign. And I don't want to go into too much explication into that, because this is not the purpose of this course. But there is an explanation. Kabbalah and astrology, they are 4,000 years old. All of them, both of them. They were created with the creation of the word. It says that Kabbalah was created came with the creation of the word. Astrology is the same. Kabbalistic astrology, they came in the same. And as I mentioned, Abraham was the first manifesting this energy, this knowledge, and this concept of astrology. Astrology existed before him, but he was the first one manifesting that. And if we see, as the Rav said, they discovered the planet Pluto, they discovered the planet Uranus, we will talk about, because they have a very big influence in the coming year. But in the Bible and Kabbalistic astrology, we have the book, the Sefer Yetzirah, as we call it. It's the book of formation. In that book, every secret that was before and that will be in the future about astrology, about planets, is there. Everything. In that book, it explains how the planet Mars, it's red, it's blood, how the planet Venus, it's moist, it's a planet of love. Everything is there 4,000 years ago. What people discovered after, it was not something new. They revealed what was before. You know, every planet was revealed in its proper time. When the word was ready for that planet, for that energy, it was revealed. You understand? That's how it works. That's how it continues in astrology. So, of course, most of you know that we have 12 signs, right? Those 12 signs are divided in 4 groups. What are the groups? We have the fire signs, right? The earth signs, yes. Water and earth. Very good. So we have those 4 groups. Do you think it's a coincidence? No, the 4 elements, right? It's connected to the tetragrammaton, the Yud Ke Vav Ke, the code for all the energy in the universe. Not by coincidence too. Those 4 groups of all the 12 signs connected and channeled the energy of the universe. So now those 4 groups, we have 3 signs, right, in each group. So who can tell me what are the fire signs? Leo and Aries. And what else? Sagittarius. Very good. Those are the fire signs. What is the water sign? Cancer, yes. Scorpio and Pisces. Very good. The earth sign. Taurus, yes. What is it? Taurus, after Taurus. Virgo, yes. And Capricorn, very good. And last but not least, the fire signs. The air sign.
Gemini.
Yes.
Libra.
Aquarius. Very good. So we have all of them. Okay? So every group has 3 signs. Again, according to Kabbalah, right, left, and central. The 3-column system. That's how Kabbalah works. That's how Kabbalah is above everything. Because we have the 3-column system. The right, the left. Every other system, most of every other system is the 2-column. The yin and the yang. The middle, the balance, Kabbalah has is the 3-column system. So Kabbalistic astrology is 3 signs in every group. Not also just by coincidence. So if we understand a little bit more regarding that knowledge, so we can understand that Kabbalistic astrology is coming from a different source. We use the same planets, of course. We have Venus, we have Mars, we have Uranus, we have whatever you want. But we interpret and we explain and we understand in a completely different way, in a much more deeper way. And a regular astrologer who will see something bad in the chart of a person, a Kabbalistic astrologer will see the same. But the way how they will say, and the way how they will interpret, and the way that will give the tools to the person is completely different. The regular astrologer will say to the person, I see, God forbid, for example, you have an accident in 2 days. And I saw people like that. That other astrologer would told them that you have 5 days to live. How would you react with something like that? We don't say that. Maybe not. Maybe it's true that's what he saw. But the way how he say it and the way how he interpret, because we understand in Kabbalah that the words have power. By saying it, we're manifesting it. And not just that, you're putting that the consciousness of that person, the energy of end. Finished. Is the end. Kabbalistic astrology is completely different. Even if we see the same thing. We say to the person, it's not that we completely ignore that. Of course not. We say to the person, there is a danger. There is a big danger. And you have to do extra mile to overcome that danger. And you have all the tools. So the person has more power to overcome. And that's how the person overcome her destiny. How many people I saw? People that couldn't have children, they had children. People that couldn't get married, they got married. People that went through danger, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, they went through all that. Why? Because the consciousness is different at the seed level. So you understand that. Now, each month is unique in Kabbalah, right? Each month we have the Rosh Chodesh, the beginning of the month, the lunar month. In Kabbalistic astrology, by the way, we're starting by the lunar month, not by the solar month. Why? Because the moon is the vessel, is the revealing of the energy. The sun is the Iranpin, is the directing the energy. So we are the vessel. We are, in our word, we are Malchut. We want to reveal that energy. So it's the seed level for every month. And the month coming, as most of you know, is the month of Scorpio. And the first day of Scorpio, which is this coming Thursday night and Friday, is the more powerful day of the year. Specifically, this Rosh Chodesh, this energy of the month. So every month depends a channel, a different energy for us. Every month. And you can tell me, yeah, but next year it will be the same. No. Next year in Scorpio, the month of Scorpio will be completely different from the year before. Why? Because it's channeling the energy of the actual planets that happen in that moment. The planets move. The people change consciousness. The vessel increase. So we have more light, we have more negativity, and we have more consciousness or less consciousness. So every month is different and every year is different. And this is why people and astrologers are talking about 2012. But this process didn't start in 2012. It started 10,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. It started specifically 3 years ago, this specific process of planet. And that's what we will understand. So we will talk, I want to start by 2009, okay? Because it happened there, very, very specific combination of planets that started that process of understanding and giving us the knowledge and the courage to confront the 2012 process. In 2009, and every astrologer in the world spoke about that process and that combination of specific planets. Very, very powerful and important combination of planets that happened then, continue throughout the years until now, and will happen again. 2012 is just the starting of the process. It's not the end like the Mayan calendar predicted, that is the end of the world, finished. The calendar of the world finished in 2012. It's not. We will not see the world disappear. It's at the end of an era. It's important to understand that. 2012, because of the alignment of the planets, it's the end of an era. It's the end of a part of history, and we are starting a new level, a new chapter in the world. That's how much important is 2012. So this is why some astrologers interpreted wrong by the end. It is the end, but of an era, of a chapter, not of physically the world. And people consciousness will change. We will see ourselves think completely differently. We will see ourselves doing different things, wanting different things, knowing different things, because it's a new chapter on a global level and on a personal level. And of course, as we learn in Kabbalah, that the change starts with us first, inside us. First, we need to change. Then, around, we will be connecting to the change around us. So, in 2009, what happened? It was a very special year, astrologically speaking. Very, very special year. We had big changes in the universe, and we saw also physically how it manifested in the world, all those events that happened in 2009. There was a big movement of planets starting then. And those planets are Jupiter, Neptune, and Chiron. They were conjunct to each other. Jupiter, Neptune, and Chiron. For those of you who know a little bit astrology, those are very important planets. Those are the planets of spirituality. Those are the planets of blessing, of endless. Jupiter is an endless blessing. It's the planet of luck, the planet of blessing, the planet of joy. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, which is the spiritual house. With Neptune, that will happen now in 2012, Neptune has a very, very big role to do in 2012. It's spiritual, but it's also illusion. Every time, and as Kabbalah said, every time that there is a big revelation of light, there is also, in the same time, with the same amount, a big revelation of negativity. It's coming together. It's the same coin, two sides. We cannot have one without the other. So as we see now big darkness in the world, we know there is a big light also. A big blessing. It's coming together. They cannot come one without the other. So in that moment, what does it mean, astrologically speaking, about those planets? It's futuristic idea. People starting to think about how to make better the future. You know, all those internet things, sites, blogs, everything went much more faster than usual. We had a lot more creativity. Spirituality in the world changed. People were looking for truth. People were looking for what I'm doing here. I don't know if you went through that process, but hundreds of people that I know went through that process of asking themselves, who am I? What I'm doing here? I want to change career. I want to change house. I want to change country. Some of you went through that process the last 2-3 years? Yes? Okay. It says in astrology that it's a new era beginning, starting to begin. A new era. We had a feeling of something new, something maybe beautiful, maybe not, but something new for sure was starting. And I give you a very good example that happened at that time to see how astrology is working, which is very beautiful. We had the election in the US, right? But, so I will give you a comparison about a certain combination of planets that happened in the past, and that same combination happened in the election. If some of you remember, in the spring of 1965, what happened in the US?
Martin Luther King was killed.
Before he was killed.
Before he was killed.
Yes. Before he was killed, he did a big thing, Martin Luther King. Very good. It's that scam, but he did a big thing. What did he do?
He got attention.
How?
I got a dream.
What?
I got a dream, he said.
Yes, but what he did? What did he do? He organized what? Millions of people, yes, in the street, right? That he did a big thing here. For what? For what purpose? For change, for the human rights, for black people to have the human rights, right? The right to vote, the right to do everything, right? That's what his dream. And that's what he do. He went in the street and he created this big mass of millions, hundreds and millions of people to do. That day, the combination of the planet was that here, Saturn in Virgo, conjunct Uranus in Pisces. Uranus is the planet of the unpredictable. Okay? Saturn is the frame. So he wanted a frame for his people, right? And he did it in an unpredictable way with the masses. That's exactly that combination of planets. That's exactly what happened in that time. 43 years later, meaning that between that time of Martin Luther King and 43 years later, it wasn't the same combination. The same combination happened. What happened that day, 43 years later?
Obama got president.
Very good, bravo. You are the first one to understand that. Obama got elected. 43 years after, with the same combination of planets. Saturn in Virgo, Uranus in Pisces. Conjunct Uranus in Pisces. Coincidence, you think? No. Of course not. Of course there is a reason. Of course the seed level was planted then with Martin Luther King. And the result and the effect was with Obama. He was elected. Not by coincidence. And I can give you hundreds of examples like that with astrology. The correlation between the planets, the cause and the effect. We don't understand, we don't see. When we plant a seed, when the effect will be. But now, because of this time, and because of the time that will be less and less, so the cause and effect will be very close to each other. And that's the stress and that's the pressure. It will not wait 43 years to have the effect. It will be maybe 43 seconds. Is that extreme? Yes, that extreme it will be. So that's it's a very, very important aspect that happened there. moving on, so started 2009, we have this planet with Jupiter, the planet of blessing, of endless, Neptune, awakening of spirituality, asking questions. The seed level is planted already, right? Now we're moving on, 2010. What happened? We had a big T-square in 2012. Astrologically speaking, it's a very hard aspect. 2012, with all what happened in the world, you could see the manifestations, the war, everything that happened in 2012. Why? Because it was a very, very big T-square. This configuration in astrology evolved a lot of tension on a global understanding. What does it mean? Tension between countries, tension between presidents, between kings. On a more personal level, tension with our family. A partner, children, boss, friend, a lawyer, anyone. You understand? But it's tension. It's very, very extreme tension because it's a T-square. It's 180 degrees. In astrology, it's a very sharp and angular configuration that create a lot of illness, problems, tension, everything. When it depends where it's placed also. But what is this tension? Do you think that the light, God, the universe, whatever you call it, wants to do just because he wants to have fun? Or because there is a reason behind that? What do you think? A reason? Of course there is a reason. Do you think that God plays how do you say, the échec, you know, like this thing, and that's it, okay, today Holland will have a bad day. Yes? It doesn't work like that. Why things happen like that, astrology or not astrology? Why? To waking us. It is the red light for us. It's a, hey people, wake up. You are in the wrong way. You do the wrong thing. You have the wrong consciousness. This is why situations happen like that. Do you think that you or me is the same? We are not responsible of what happened to people in Haiti, for example, with the tsunami? We are responsible of it. But you can tell me that I live in Holland. They live in Haiti. Who cares? I'm in my home, looking in the TV, what they go through. But I'm in the safety of my home. No. It's a big no. Because we have that responsibility. And in Kabbalah it says that there is the quantum energy. What you do affects the whole world. Every action, every thought that we do affect the whole world. Maybe in a small action, maybe in a small percentage. Yes, of course. Because we still are in Holland and they still are in Haiti. Yes, but we can. We can do the change. It is possible by changing our consciousness. That's the purpose of the Kabbalah Center. We want to change, to help people change. We are not here to change people. It's a wrong impression. We are not here to change people. We are here to help people change themselves. How? By changing the consciousness, because there is starting everything. When an architect who wants to build a building doesn't go and build the building. He needs to think first, right? The idea is coming to his head. He needs to design. Then things go out. When you are thirsty, you don't go and drink. You think you are thirsty. The brain sends the message that you are thirsty to the body. Then you go and pour to yourself a glass of water, right? That's how it works. Everything starts with the consciousness. Everything starts with our thoughts. So the more positive thought we inject, the more we can influence the world. One candle, how many candles can light one candle? I'm asking you. No? Millions. Exactly. One candle can light hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of candles. Just one candle. So it's our work, our responsibility, our understanding to be like that, to think like that, and to think in a more positive way. So when we move out to 2010, we have also this other, what does it mean? You know, 2010, we see the T-square, as I said, Pluto in Capricorn. And we will see also, we will talk about Pluto later on for 2012, because also Pluto had a very big impact and still have a very big impact. Pluto is the planet of high octave. It's like in Kabbalah, it's keter. It's like the highest of the highest. So it's the smallest planet of the solar system. But in Kabbalah, we learn less is more. Right? It's the smallest planet, but it has the biggest influence in people's life and in the world globally. Pluto in the chart of a person, when I see the chart, is the soul of the person. That's how deep is Pluto. It's the soul of the person. We can see the soul of the person through Pluto in the chart. That's how far and how big is Pluto. So this, Pluto enters Capricorn. Pluto first. A lot of astrologer you will hear, read in the books or hear from astrologer that Pluto is a negative planet. I say, no, don't believe that. Pluto is not a negative planet. I would say Pluto, it's a hard planet, yes. But what does Pluto do? Pluto destroys before building. Pluto gives chances to people. 1, 2, 3. It's like you go through the red light. You get first warning, second warning, third warning. At the fourth warning, it will take your car because you don't listen, because you don't go to the rules. That's how Pluto is. Pluto gives 1 warning, 2 warnings, 3 warnings, even 10 sometimes. But when the person doesn't go through that, they destroy, and then they rebuild. So there is not an end with Pluto. It's destroying, erasing, cleaning, and then rebuilding you. That's what's happening now. Pluto is the patriarchal system. Everything is going down globally in the world, and you see that. We will talk about that more. So it's very hard, Pluto, very intense. Pluto's put people in the corner. They don't have free choice anymore. They don't have even the way how to think. Why? Because we should know when we arrive at the situation, it's because we didn't listen to the warning. We didn't see the warning before. That's why Pluto go to the extreme. Because we didn't listen to the warning before. You understand the process? So Pluto in Capricorn started in 2010. It was a big effect in the world. Destroying. Completely destroying. Governments, countries, tsunami, rain, whatever it was. You understand? And you saw that. That's how Pluto. And also in our personal life. A lot of people, the recession, people who lost their jobs, people lost even their truth, their faith in God. But we should know that we receive a lot of warnings before. And we didn't see them. We didn't want to see them. We didn't want to listen to them or to look at them. That's how Pluto worked. And again, another combination in 2010 is Jupiter also. This planet of Jupiter and Neptune. It's a very, very rare combination, astrologically speaking. Very rare. It's that specific combination. It's mind over matter. Jupiter and Neptune. Neptune, it's how do you say, erasing the borders. Jupiter is the endless. So it's mind over matter. The impossible will become possible. And we will see that in 2012. Every dream that you ever dream in your life and that you want to achieve, it is possible now. Everything, in every level of your life. It is possible. This is the combination that started in 2010 and will continue. The borders are melting. There is no more borders. And we see what happened. Internet. How do they do the revolution now? Through what? Facebook, internet. There is no borders anymore. You are here and you can talk to someone in the other side of the world. And you can feel close to that person. Right? There is no borders anymore. That's what the meaning of this combination of Jupiter and Neptune. Borders are melting. Desire go beyond the known. We want to know the unknown. We want to move into the unknown and to know what is in the unknown. This is combination, the pushing of knowing something better, something higher, something that will be more fulfilling. That's what we want to know. In practice, how do we use that? It pushes us to take risk. It pushes us to take risk, to go beyond the limitation. It It's a very important planet, a combination. It's such a rare combination that it will not come back for the next 100 years. So it's now or next reincarnation probably. If we do the change now, if not, so maybe in 100 years, if we're here. But I'm sure we'll be here because we want immortality. And that's the goal. Moving on. Do you have questions until now? Is still clear? Yes or no?
It's a lot.
Sorry?
It's a lot.
It's a lot, yes.
So the last combination of planets, which were there? There's Saturn and...
No, it's 2010, Jupiter and Neptune. But it's moving on. We are moving into 2011.
But Jupiter and Neptune, they were together? Or
Conjunct, yes.
conjunct?
Yes. 2011, what we saw in 2011, a lot of chaos as we stepped into 2011, right? Just in London, I'm from London, in the airport, the black cloud. Hundreds and thousands of flights. The whole Europe were blocked because of a cloud. Right? Yes, from the volcano, yes. Floods, tsunamis, right? All the airport shut down completely. The whole world was stopping because of a black cloud. And because of other things, of course, yes. But do you think it's just by coincidence? No. Do you think, did we got warnings before? Yes. The result is we didn't listen. We didn't see. On a global level and on a personal level too. It's always going together. So the entire planet system is in transition in 2011. We're starting Jupiter in Aries. Now in 2011, Jupiter entered Aries. So as we know a little bit now, Jupiter is the planet of endless, of blessing, of big. When Jupiter comes into a sign to a person in the transit in the chart, this person, every opportunity is open for them. Every opportunity. It's big, Jupiter. You know, you heard some people winning the lottery, 100 million, just like that. It's because Jupiter entered their signs. Jupiter went transit in the moment that they played this lottery. It's endless. Jupiter is big. Whatever you want, you can achieve with Jupiter. So entering Aries. What's Aries? New beginning. The first sign. The baby of the zodiac. Right? The first sign. But they are the leader. They are the head. They're waking dead with their energy. You don't let Aries going through the door, he will come to the window. He doesn't take no for an answer. Right? Who is Aries here? Okay, do you feel like that? Yes? Mars is the ruler of Aries. It's war. They go to war every day with them. Good war, bad war, but they go to war. And you don't say no to an Aries. You can't tell him no, but you have other tricks to learn. Tips. How to tell him no, but in a different way. My son is Aries, so I know how to combine sometimes the way. How to make it do things. But Aries, they are leaders. They are pioneers. He's the pioneer of the zodiac. Is that if you want to imagine an Aries, is on a horse going to the goal, going to the war, killing people for the truth. Not killing because he's a bad person. Killing because he wants the truth, he wants the control, he wants the power, he wants the balance in his country, or his family, or in everything. You understand? Aries is new technology. They're always thinking what's new. But Aries also has a downfall. They start and they don't finish. Right, Aries people? Yes, they start and they don't finish. Because why? They get bored very easily. They have all this energy of starting, of new, of excitement. Once they've done it, that's it. Once you let them into the room, they go out. They will fight months and months or years to make you let them in the room, right? Go through the wall, go through the window, go through the door, everything they will try. Once they are inside, they'll go out. Finished. There is no more excitement anymore. So they will look for another thing to challenge. Right? So Jupiter enter Aries. It means new beginning for the world and for us, for individual people. It means a forward, it's like we push the button forward into the future. Things will happen so quickly and so intensely that we will not have time to think. Action, reaction, the time in between that will be reduced. And you feel, I'm sure everyone here in this room have experienced that in any levels. In emotions, in finances, in problems, in joy, in relationship, in everything. Every one of us has experienced that, for sure. The acceleration. Even someone is emotional and now is highly emotional. Or anything like that. So action, reaction is reduce the time. That's Jupiter in Aries. Jupiter is still in Aries now and will be still in 2012. It's a lot of pressure, and tension. But if we know how to handle it, we can make the best of it. We can achieve things quicker than we ever imagined. If we don't go against that energy, if we know how to embrace that energy and use it for good, we can go very high and very fast. It's high emotions. It's catapulting us into the top right away. Someone that was, a secretary in the company can become the CEO directly. Make you smile? It's true. It happened. It happened. Why? This is the energy of Jupiter into Aries. Of this energy of pushing. So let's use it. Not go against it. Not say, I want to stay in my little bed. I don't want no one to touch me or push me. Because Aries also like to sleep. And they don't want people to wake them up. They want to sleep when they want. But this energy of, let's tap into that energy of Jupiter into Aries, the good one. The one that can push us. And can go and push us beyond our limits. Beyond our limitation of thinking or doing. So it's a new phase in life begin, yes. Yes, of course. Yeah. So it's a new phase in our life begins. With Jupiter in Aries. And we see this new phase in the world. After the tsunami, after the floods, after the volcanoes, after the black clouds, new things started. Completely new things started. So we have the destroying. Remember, Pluto in Capricorn is still there. We have the destroying and we have the rebuilding now. But the destroying is still not finished. Pluto is still in Capricorn. So the other side of Aries also is anger. It's Mars, the planet Mars. It's anger. So be aware of this angry repression feeling that we keep inside. We don't want to share, we don't want to take out. And be aware how we're taking them out. Because when we can explode in 10 times stronger than before. Right? For those of you who experience that. So it's, of course, everything has this balance of both sides, the light and darkness. It depends on us. Remember, we are above astrology. We are above everything and we can control our life. As we know that with knowledge, and in this last week portion, Michael Berg talking about the Parashat Bereshit, which was the first portion of the year, the first Shabbat, Michael Berg said, knowledge, it's very important. That's what makes us change our life and move forward with knowledge. He said this story, which I will say very quickly, just to make you understand how important is that. It was a beggar. He was always this poor man having difficulties to even eat. He didn't have even money to eat. So every time he had this piece of bread, every day it was a new day for him to have a new piece of bread just to eat, to survive. One day, this prophet, Elijah, came to him and told him, you know what, beggar? You have a big treasure in your house, in your little room that you live there. Under the sink, there is a big pot of gold. And you can be very rich. This person, what did he do? He was so enjoyed of the information. He didn't even go there yet to have the treasure. But the information and the knowledge of knowing that he had a treasure in his house transformed his life. He considered himself completely different level that he was considering himself 10 minutes ago, before the information. You understand the difference? Just by knowing, we can change things. We can change energy. Is it clear? You have questions? Okay. So we'll move forward to 2012. So we understand what happened in 2011. It's the year of a new beginning, of a new wave, new technologies, new of everything. And we see the starting of a new government collapse, new beginning, destroying, new beginning. You see it everywhere. Everything we see that. In 2012, so I was thinking a lot, before giving seminar. 2012, everyone is talking about that. The Mayan calendar, the prophecy of Nostradamus, every big astrologer in the world, like everyone. There is no one that doesn't talk about that. And I was thinking a lot about this, the increase of negativity in the world. The increase of really the revolution in the world. Like it's becoming more intense by day and sometimes by hour. In the morning you had the news, in the evening you have another news. Like there is even no space anymore, no time to understand and process what happened before. That you have to take care about the other thing that happened in the world. But that's what it is in 2012. That's what it is now. And that will continue to happen in 2012. It's a whole new world. A whole new world. A whole new consciousness. And my friend, I want to tell you something. If we don't keep up with that, we also will be on the side. And God knows what happened to us. We will be forced, in a sense, forced in a way that, I don't want to say the word forced, but I need to use that word, but take it proportionally, yes? We will be forced to understand what's happening. We will be forced to become more spiritual. Why? Because without that, we will be put on the side. By the universe. I'm not talking about people. By the universe. This is what will happen. This is the energy that's starting now. If people doesn't want to change, still keeping and holding on the old, they will be pushed away. So we need to check ourselves. Where we want to go. What's the next step for us? How are we going to change? Old patterns, old thinking, old objects, everything old, garbage. Everything. Everything. Who is Cancer here? Who is the Cancer? Cancer people, they're holding on the past. Holding on the past, holding on objects, holding on emotions. More than anyone, more than any other signs in the zodiac. They need to get rid of it. And of course, it's not just Cancer people. Every one of us has this little Cancer inside us. Every one of us has a little Pisces inside us. Every one of us has the 12 signs inside us. We have of course, it depends on each person with the influence. And we were born through a certain sign because of certain reasons. The soul chooses when we're going to born. And which parents are we connecting to? We're choosing our parents. And we're choosing our karma. And not just we're choosing our karma, we're choosing the way how to correct it. And this is why sometimes people choose a very hard way, because they wanted to go through that. As hard as it can sound. And as hard as it can be. But the soul wanted that. So we have the responsibility for it, not anyone else. Not the parents, not the brothers, not the lawyer, not the neighbor, anyone. We. The only responsible people is us for our tikkun, for our karma. So we're choosing that. So news, you know, a lot of news starting already now, you know, in the eve of the 2012 year. You know, the Wall Street in New York, occupied, right? They're doing in London also, they're camping with the tents there. What happened with this guy that lost 4 billion or 14 billion, I don't know exactly, I don't remember. The guy from the Wall Street, right? And can I give you a list of what happened? I'm sure you know better than me what's happening now. The oil split, right? What's happening? All what's happening already. It's just the beginning of the revolution that will happen. In the Arab world, you see what's happened. They killed Gaddafi, the Syrian leader, the Tunisian leader. They're all down. All will be down. It's a matter of days or months. That's it. They're all going in that way. All going. Why? Because they are bad? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not here to do politics, not to judge. But because this is the process of the world. This is the process of Pluto in Capricorn, destroying the old in order to rebuild the new. Because the old didn't change. Didn't change. It was the same frame. So, you know, in Kabbalah we said that with the light, we cannot, for those of you who learn Kabbalah or who will learn or learn already, you cannot stand still with the light. You cannot. There is no standing still with the light. Or you go up or you go down. But still, it doesn't exist with the light. Maybe for 1 day or 2 days, yes. And even that, it will be less now. But you have to understand that. If you don't change, you go back. You go down. If you change, you go up. It depends just on you. Not because of Kabbalah, not because of people here, not because of your family, and not because of any one of your friends. You are the only responsible of moving up or moving down. You understand? This is very important concept. There is no standing still. So, of course, the planets are pushing us in both ways, down or up. We have the free choice to choose where we want to go. And if we receive the light and receive and receive and receive and not sharing, this light becomes poison. Because it's standing still. This light becomes poison. The same light that gave us blessing will become poison. Because we are not sharing. Because we are not giving. Because we are not creating the cycle of energy. The light, the essence of the light is sharing. So if we go against that, what we create? The opposite effect. Poison. This is why people become negative. Or people become bad. Or people become killer. Or whatever they become. Why? Because that light that they receive, that energy, that blessing that they receive in their life, it didn't go out in any ways. And this is why old system, all patriarchal government falling, because they didn't share. They keeping, getting, taking. At the end, it's like a pressure cook, you know, everything explodes. And it is time now to explode because the planets give us this ability, this opportunity. That's why. So, in 2012, Pluto is still in Capricorn. What's Pluto? If we understand in a more specific way of what's happening. Pluto correlates to power. Pluto is the planet of power, of control, on the negative side, yes, of corruption. This is why we see people. The bank in England, this Dominic Strauss-Kahn in New York, I don't know, like more than that, right? Corruption, people, it will discover. Why? Because Capricorn, it represents government on the global level. Government, it represents social structure. It represents money. So put them together. The how do you say, the desire to, you know, to take out this corruption, control on the government level, and Capricorn, who is the structure, honesty, money, everything, put them together, it's atomic bomb. And that's what we see. Everything is exploding, not on a real way, but every government is falling. Every corruption is going out. And that's what we know. I'm sure there is hundreds of people and hundreds of companies and in hundreds of countries that are going through the same thing in a more maybe download level. Not on the worldwide level. I'm sure. Because that's what Pluto and Capricorn is pushing us. And on a more personal level, what's happening in our life? The old is starting to fall. The old, there is a how do you say, an opening in that wall that we created for years and years and years around us. There is an opening, there is no more secret. There is, my friend, it will be, maybe now a little bit more, but we will arrive to a time when there will be nowhere to hide. Nowhere. We will be exposed 100%, 110%. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, everything exposed. People will know. That's the time. So we have to be prepared for that. On a more practical level, what does it mean? It's like making order in our life. That's what Pluto is telling us in Capricorn. Capricorn is the earth sign. Is the sign of order, of management. We want to have order. Go put order in your closets. Put order in your papers. Put order in your life with people's. Think that everything that you feel, you got grudges or hatred or anger or anything, close it now before you cannot control it anymore. And then it will pull you down. Now is the time to get rid of all this before the 2012 start. We still have the time to get through it. Make a list. Sit with your teacher and make a list of goals. What do you want to finish and what do you want to start? Be very clear in that. And we see also, like leaders going down. It's repression. It's governments. Mubarak, Gaddafi, all these. What's his name? Bashar al-Assad, in Syria. It's all going like that. And it will be more and more and more. It's just the beginning. It is just the beginning. And it's all the old patriarchal system going down. The second important point for 2012, it's Uranus in Aries. It started, right? We spoke about that. Again, Uranus, it's one of the highest planets. It's right after Pluto. Pluto is the highest, and then Uranus. So Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, the co-ruler of Aquarius, because Saturn also is there. Uranus is the planet, astrologically speaking, of the unpredictable. The genius, but also the completely crazy people. It's all completely genius or completely crazy when they are not spiritual, in those extremes. Is the unexpected. Expect the unexpected, completely. With is the rebel, with or without a cause. That's Uranus, that's Aquarius. Want to do revolution? Without a cause, just for the pleasure of doing a revolution. This is the energy of Uranus. You understand? So sometimes you will how do you say, see yourself acting even sometimes on an unpredictable way, or saying things that you will never think or thought that you would say something like that, bad or good, or behave like that, or act like that, or do an action like that. This is the impact, the power and the influence of Uranus. As it is in Aries, again, Aries, beginning, new starting. But Aries is also war. Mars is the ruler, the planet of war. And what is Uranus also? Is technology. Right? How those revolutions started? Facebook and Twitter. Technology. That's how it will be from now on. And even more. Always the Rav, Rabbi Berg, the dean of the Kabbalah Center worldwide, 20 years ago, always the Rav started to talk about that. It's like the Gog or Magog, the war with consciousness. The Rav said it will arrive a time when people will not need arms to kill each other, just by the power of the consciousness. And we were arriving in this time. We are and will be in this time now. The power of the consciousness. You know that there is groups in certain countries that meditating and doing so strong meditation that they inject negative energy for a certain president or a certain person and they kill them. Like that, just with the power of the mind. It already exists. It's not public yet, but it will become. It will become. It's on the way. But from the other side, the more positive side, you can achieve things that never you can achieve. Because of this energy of the impossible will become possible. That's the energy. And if you meditate very strong, you can even go through the wall. If you believe in that. What the Rav said, what Kabbalah said, that they're our worst enemy. What is our worst enemy? The what? No. No. It is also an enemy, but it's not the worst. No. Doubts. Very good. Doubts. Doubts. It's our consciousness. I say to you, a friend said to you, go to this, I don't know, Chinese restaurant. It's amazing. It's very good. Go. I ate there and I loved it. You will want to go. What this other friend do? Come 5 minutes before you go. You know what I ate there? It's horrible. I vomited after that. What you will do? Be truth. What you will do? Don't go.
Check it out.
You understand? Check it out, baby. Are you Aquarius?
No, I'm a Virgo.
A what? Virgo. Which is strange for Virgo. They don't. They are not such a taking risk like that. But do you understand? Doubt. Someone telling you Kabbalah is the best. Another person will tell you Kabbalah is the worst. They're talking about them, they're talking this. What you will do? I don't go. But maybe the light brought you that one opportunity in your life to open up and to change. And I will agree with, what's your name?
Docs.
Eh?
Docs.
Docs? Yes, I will agree with Docs. Check it out. What do you have to lose? Check it out and decide by yourself. That's the whole point. Doubt, it will be our worst enemy in 2012. Because that's how the Satan works. That's how the negative side works. And doubts are coming from where? The brain. That's the whole point. That's the whole source of energy. That's the whole seed level that we're talking about. Everything starts in the thought. So we will have to be very strong. We'll even have doubts. The doubts will be so strong and so powerful. We will even have doubt in our husbands, in our kids, in our boss, in people and friends that we trust for years and years. We will have doubt about them. Why? Because the doubts will be very powerful. How do we erase doubt? How? Certainty. Certainty, but more than certainty. More than that. How? Faith, more than that. More than that. Unity. How it's unity? The Rav always said, there is one lesson to learn from the mafia. One lesson we can learn from them. Their unity. Their unity. When you want to attack one, all the family is behind you. Right? You think you do war with one, you have 20% behind him. Why? It's unity. So alone, what we understand from that? Alone, we cannot do the job. We cannot. As strong as we are, as much of certainty that we have, we cannot do the job alone. We need someone with certainty, and that will help us and will help him. Unity. You know, I'll give you a practical example. When you go, you know, I don't know here in Holland, but for example, in London or in the state, when you go through those very bad areas in the Bronx or in London, in Camden at night, you're alone, 1 o'clock in the morning, you go into the street. You will fear. You have fear, right? Someone will attack you. Someone will God forbid, will steal from you. But if you are 3 or 4 or 5 people, even 2 people, the fear is less. You will feel more protected, right? I'm not saying that the person besides you is have black belt in karate. It doesn't need. But the fact that you are together in unity, in that same path, going to that house or whatever you need to go, you feel stronger, right? That's the secret. That's the secret. Unity. That's what we need in 2012. That's what Yehuda Berg, Michael Berg, Karen Berg, the Rav, everyone spoke about in Rosh Hashanah. For the one of you who was in Miami, unity. The starting of the new year in Rosh Hashanah, the Kabbalistic New Year, it's all about unity and knowledge. That's it. We have unity. Don't judge. Don't speak bad. Don't make a bad thought about the other person. And you will see, what is unity? Physically, how do you express that? You know, God forbid, people that have cancer, or the Rav explained once. What is it, cancer? Is the red cell and the white cell, right? And what happened in those cells? Why cancer develop in a person? Why? Because there is a separation between the red cell and the blood. I'm not a doctor, so I explain it at a very simple level, yes? Don't, you understand, but don't base that on a medical level. But this is what happened. The separation between the white cells and the red cell, they're not working anymore in unity. And then what happened? There is a space. And when there is a space, anything can enter. When you create a hole in the street, in the ground, and you leave it and you come back 10 days later, are you in control of what will happen in this hole? No, right? Why? Because you don't know. Good things can fall into that hole, or bad things can fall into that hole, because you didn't protect. That's what's happening. When we create a hole in our consciousness of doubt, anything can enter that hole. We are not in control anymore. And when we are not in control, every energy, positive or negative, can enter that hole. And it will be a war with us, with ourselves, about that certainty and that unity. It will be very difficult to get there and to stay there. Not just to get there, but to stay there. And I want you to understand, even if you fall, even if you have a doubt, it's okay. Stand up and continue. Don't let that fall or that doubt pulling you even lower. It's like a child, a baby. We learn how to have more certainty. It's a war of consciousness against the Satan, against the negative energy. Who will have more certainty and who will break us not to have certainty? That's what is all about the war. And we want to win that war. We want to use that knowledge to win that war. So Uranus in Aries is to push us forward, forward, forward. We need to be busy, to share, to help, to do, to produce, to begin, to create. And then we will have less doubt. When you have less time to think also. So, and things will move faster. The last, it's like Star Wars, you know, like this, all these combinations of planets. You know, you can put in a movie and create a new Star Wars movie. It's exactly that. So, the last 2 points about 2012. So, in last April until last August, from April 2011 until August 2011, Neptune went into Pisces, into retrograde, Pisces. Neptune in Pisces is a very, very, very big thing in astrology. Very big. It's like the whole era of the world, the whole face of the world is changing. So we had a taste for months. Then it went back to its sign of Aquarius. In February, the first week of February, to be more precise, Neptune is going into Pisces for 14 years. That's the cycle of Neptune in each sign. Because the cycle of Neptune around the zodiac is 160 years. In each sign, it's 14 years. So the last time because what we see now, Neptune went over the whole zodiac. Pisces is the last sign. It's 160 years of going around. So now is the last 14 years of this cycle. And they will be very, very, very important for the world. And I will give you an example just to make you understand how Neptune in Pisces is powerful. The last time that Neptune was, the first time, sorry, one of the first time, not the first time. In history, when Neptune was in Pisces, it was in the time of the empire of the Roman Greek Empire. And what happened, for those of you who knows, what happened there of the Roman Greek Empire? Christianity was born. Neptune is all about spirituality and religion. So it will push the boundaries of religion away and it will push for spirituality. That's what I'm telling you. You will feel forced to learn spirituality. You will feel an awakening from inside to say, I want spirituality. I need to know. I need to know the unknown, because Neptune is the unknown. It's Pisces. There is no borders. So one of the first time that Neptune was in Pisces, Christianity was born. It changed the face of the world. Right? Second time in history, when Neptune was in Pisces, it was in the time of the Japan-Korean War and what happened there. And if you see in the history, first there is the war, and then the religion is created, right? The same in the Japan-Korean War. Neptune was in Pisces. What was born? Buddhism. You understand how fascinating and how powerful Neptune in Pisces is? This is the influence of Neptune in Pisces in the world. The third time of Neptune in Pisces in the history of the world was in Spain. In the whole Inquisition thing, what was born there? Islam. The Islamic religion was born. So, and Neptune, there is no border, so it's quick. In 1 decade, the Islam religion was born. So we have those major events that changed the face of the world and that changed the faith of people. So imagine what will happen now in February 2012 when Neptune will enter its sign.
We all become Kabbalists.
Very good. That's exactly that. Spirituality will be as the same way as a religion. You understand? That's what will be. Do you think another religion will be born? Maybe. Which one? Who said maybe? You understand? Maybe. But I don't want to insert a doubt. I want to have certainty. No doubt. No maybe anymore. Erase that from your language. No maybe. It's yes or no. Maybe it's doubt. Or I will do it today, or I will do it in 2 days. Because you know that you will do it in 2 days. But not maybe I'll see in 2 days. So you understand this importance of this planet that will enter its own sign. In the history, how this planet changed the world. And it will be in the same way now. People will awaken. People will want more spirituality. And it says in the Zohar. The prophecy, it says in the Zohar. I don't remember exactly. Maybe Rivki will tell you exactly which volume in the Zohar it says. You can read it. That will arrive a time where people will run after spirituality. Where people will be thirsty of knowing spirituality. This time is coming in February. And it's starting now. You know, I saw statistic in the, someone brought me statistic about around the world of people learning spirituality. You know that the spirituality in the world raised 5%? It's a lot. 5% in the last 2 years. 6 billion people. Do 5% of 6 billion people. And count how much. Spirituality raised for 5%, and I'm sure it will raise even more. But that's how Neptune in Pisces starting the work. So we have this good side of Neptune in Pisces, that we want to understand. We want to be more spiritual. We want to elevate ourselves, our souls, everything. But the bad side of it is illusion. It's Pisces, don't forget. It's addictions. The addictions will erase. The illusion will erase. We will think we're in the la la land. So we have to be in balance. We have to be careful, understand. So Pluto and Capricorn will put us down. I'm sure about that. With the structure. And Yehuda Berg explained something for those of you who don't know who is Yehuda Berg. He's one of the leaders of the Kabbalah Center. He's the son of Rabbi and Karen Berg. And he wrote, he's worldwide known. He wrote 10, 20 or 30 books about Kabbalah and going to, giving conferences around the world and advising presidents and leaders of the world about the Kabbalah tools and how to do it the balanced way. So he said in Rosh Hashanah, in the beginning of the Kabbalistic New Year, he said that what's the secret for this year? 2012, we can achieve the impossible. We can tap into the dreams that we never thought we could do. That's the energy of 2012. 2012 also on a Kabbalistic way, a numerical value, is all the power of the 72 names of God. Yes, Ayin Bet. The power of the 72 names of God. Ayin Bet Shemot. The 72 names of God. That's the year of 2012. The year finished by Ayin Bet. 72. So it's all that power of the 72 names. Now, for those of you who know a little bit that, the story and the importance of the 72 names of God, you would know that it's coming with a miracle, the splitting of the Red Sea, right? They use the energy of the 72 names of God to split the Red Sea. Now, there is a very important point in that. And Yehuda Berg said that, what do you mean that the splitting of the Red Sea? The Red Sea is water, right? It's a sea. So the water, in its essence, was created to be water. The water cannot be fire, and the water cannot be earth or air, right? The water is water. That's why it was created. The table is created to be table. The atoms in this table, the energy that we inject in these atoms to be a table, not to be something else. So the water, in the essence, was created to be water. But how the miracle happened? How the splitting of the Red Sea? And Yehuda Berg said that it happened because the water changed its nature. It went above the nature. The water became earth. You understand? Where is the secret in that? What is the understanding in that? That during this year, now, when I'm talking this year, it's from September until next September. That's the year that I'm talking about. The Kabbalistic year. September 2011 until September 2012. That's the year that we're talking about. This year, we have the power of overcoming our nature. And by overcoming our nature, we can create the miracles that can happen this year. And we can achieve our dream beyond reality. That's the secret. When we go above our nature. So a person, how do we go above your nature? A person is grumpy in the morning, for example, doesn't want to say good morning to anyone. So what do you do now? Say good morning to everyone. But if we use these little actions every day that we know it's difficult for us and it makes us overcoming our nature, so we start with that, little by little, and then big things will happen and more miracles will happen. That's the power of that. So, there is a last combination, but it's a little bit far. It's in June 2012. It's a very hard, sort of hard combination, which is Uranus square Pluto. Square, remember, it's a very hard combination. The same combination happened when Hitler was in the power and when Stalin was in power. So we have to watch out for the end of the 2012, how things will happen. I don't want to say more because I don't want to inject that energy. But you understand, we have to watch out, and the more we do the work now, the more this combination will be less powerful. Uranus square Pluto. Conclusion. I'm talking too much. And I can't continue until tomorrow. I have so much to say. But, okay, so conclusion for 2012. 2012 is set to be a moment in history. A complete big moment in history. It's a momentous in time. And what's happening also physically in 2012, we have all those things happening. We have the first Winter Youth Olympic Game.
Sorry?
The first Winter Youth Olympic Game in 2012. We have the Queen Elizabeth Jubilee year in 2012. We have Obama's election in 2012. So all those very important events in the history of the world will happen in 2012 with all this combination. So it is set to be an extraordinary time in history. Extraordinary time in history. But it depends of where we want to be, which sign of the coin we want to be. For humanity also. It's a chance to really reach out for our true potential. For who we truly came to be in this world. For what our soul choose to come to be in this world. It's awakening the truth. We will have the desire to awaken the truth, to know who we are and what we want to do. What is truly our goal. So, if we are sleeping, or if you don't believe it happened, or if you say, tomorrow I'll do it, let me tell you one thing. You're losing an opportunity of a lifetime. Of a lifetime. This opportunity will not come again. When I'm saying that, it's about this year, September until next September. It's a huge, huge, huge opening in the cosmos. It's like the central bank of the world, open the door and say to everyone, come and serve. Serve, take whatever you want. That's how it is. But you have also the consequences. If you take too much and you don't share, or you don't do the spiritual work, you get burned, emotionally or spiritually. So the door is open. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. There will, I will just read at the end one of the astrologers said about 2012. It said that the alignment of the planets will happen in 2012. It happened every 12,000 years. Every 12,000 years. So it's really an opportunity of a lifetime. We have to recognize that the old is dying to make place to the new. It's a fact. We need to accept it. Integration and change needs to come. That's another fact. It has to happen. It's truly, it is a unique time in history. That's why everyone is talking about 2012. Because it's a unique time with this configuration and combination of planets. It's really a unique time. Every 12,000 years. Even more. It's 12,960. So almost 13,000 years. So the next alignment of planets in the galaxy will be in 13,000 years. So it's really, we have to understand it is a unique time in history, in our life, and this is the making of the new future for the world. Thank you very much.